We are only a week away from what will be an election that will change the future of the United States, and I would argue the world. Either we will have the historic first ever election of a female president to the United States, women making up more than half of this country, yet we have never had a female president. That may happen next week. Or we may see a man who is, I'm confident he's a man. Anything else I can't really say with certitude, who seems to be clueless about most everything that relates to being president of the United States. A president-elect who just a month later, if indeed it is Donald Trump, will be the subject of a child rape case hearing in a court of law. Either way, this is going to be historic. We just don't yet know in what way history will be made, but we should see what the numbers tell us now that we are just a week away. We are going to look at three things because the polls have indeed tightened over the last couple of weeks. We will look at national polls. We will look at a state-by-state analysis, and we will also look at a few different 538.com forecasts. Let's begin indeed with the Real Clear Politics average of recent polls and list of recent polls. We had just a couple of weeks ago Hillary Clinton leading the Real Clear Politics average by about 6.5. Last week, we saw that shrink to about 5, and now Hillary Clinton's Real Clear Politics average lead over Donald Trump in a four-way race is just 2.2 percentage points. She is still leading almost every recent poll, just not nearly by the same margin that she was a couple of weeks ago. But this is just nationally. What about state by state? Well, it has tightened there as well. We will start with the electoral-vote.com electoral count map, and this is based on state by state polling. Hillary Clinton still well ahead, 323 electoral votes currently on her side, 215 for Donald Trump, but Trump has surged from about 170 predicted electoral votes to over 200. You still need 270 electoral votes to win, and Donald Trump is not there, but it has also tightened when you look at the national map, and we will also look at the 270towin.com electoral map, where it is closer, but still not that close. The electoral map at 270towin.com has it at 258 for Hillary Clinton and 157 for Donald Trump, with 123 electoral votes in the sort of undecided area. When you look at this map, though, I don't know that I buy it. I mean, Wisconsin is undecided here. I think that will go to Hillary Clinton. North Carolina is up for grabs in this map. I believe that will go to Hillary Clinton, and that would do it no matter what else happens. So that is something to think about. And then lastly, what does Nate Silver's 538.com forecast say? And we'll show you how this has changed over time. And when you look at the sort of mid-October high of Hillary Clinton up to a 90% chance of winning, according to Nate Silver's 538.com forecast, that has pretty consistently decreased to the roughly right now, according to the 538.com forecast, there's about a 3 in 4 chance that Hillary Clinton will win a week from today, and about a 1 in 4 chance for Donald Trump. One other thing I want to show you. This is super interesting. I've mentioned this, but I've never showed it. This is, according to 538.com, the chance that any one state has of being the decider in next Tuesday's election. And you'll notice that at the top of the list, we're looking at the left column here, if you're looking with me, Florida has a 13.9% chance of being the decider. In other words, of being the tipping point state in the upcoming election. Pennsylvania just below Florida at 12.7%, and then Michigan. So Florida, Pennsylvania, and Michigan together, the odds are quite good that they could be nearly 1 in 2, that one of those three states will tip the election. And of course, Pennsylvania and Michigan pretty clearly going in the direction of Hillary Clinton. Florida, still more of an up for grabs. So 1 week to go. We will see what happens. The key takeaway here is vote. I already voted on Friday. I am done. I now don't have to worry about it. early voting available in many, many states. The funniest thing is when the Trump supporters do and don't believe the polls, Pat, because when Hillary Clinton was just crushing it, the polls are rigged. You can't believe the polls. It's all bogus. Now that the polls have tightened, the Trump supporters are coming out of the woodwork saying, look at the polls. It's now tied. Wait a second. If you didn't believe them when Trump was losing by 7 on average, why do you now believe them when it's within the margin of error? It's just what's convenient for them at the time, isn't it?
And the race is closer now. That's inarguable. But if you look at the 2012 election a week out, it was neck and neck in that race, too. And Obama won by 4 points. This map wasn't going to be good for any Republican, let alone a guy like Donald Trump.
The takeaway again is do not stay home. Go and vote between now and November 8th if you can, or on November 8th, unless you're a Trump supporter. Then go November 28th or whatever it was that at some point his campaign accidentally put out.